Hey guys, KDude85 here, and today we are going to go over an introduction to synovial joints. So, synovial joints are the most common joints in our body. They're also called diarthrotic joints, and they're fairly mobile. The characteristic, and we'll also go over the characteristics. So, as I mentioned earlier, synovial joints are the most common joint in our body, also called diarthrotic joints, freely movable. But we have to go over some characteristics as well. So let us turn on our connective tissue muscle. The connective tissue mask. Sorry. Okay, let's go over the concepts. So its characteristics is as the joint becomes more mobile, it becomes less stable. This is the main hallmark of a joint over the mobility and stability of joint. So as a joint becomes more mobile, it becomes less stable, and it's also the other way around. As it becomes more stable, it becomes less mobile. The hip has joints that are less mobile but are more stable. So they are made out of a ball and socket joint, and it forms a tight connection, which is good for weight transfer. And it is far more immobile but more stable. So over here we can see the femur. I think we should remove our mask. Oh, oops. Okay, and as we can see the head of the femur over here, which is acting as the ball, and the socket is the ilium and the pubis. You can see that there's a socket and there's a ball shape over here, and that's the femur. Okay. The shoulder has joints that are more mobile but less stable. So let us turn on. So I won't turn on the connective tissue and muscle masks for this one because you can also see. So you can see that it's not even in the socket. It's almost like not there. So because it's not stable, it is really mobile. Like you can move your shoulder in many directions. This allows for a really high degree of movement, but also a shoulder dislocation can happen where the ball gets out of the socket. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the connective tissue masks. I'm going to make some new models. To show each one. So we will make a new, we have to make a new model. And then we will go to upper limb right. And we will turn on the connective tissue for that and the muscular tissue for that. Oh. So here we can see that the muscle and the connective tissue keeps it together, keeps the ball and socket joint together. So if these two slip because you're moving your arm a lot, it can dislocate. This allows for a high degree of freedom so the arm can move that way. It's really common for shoulder dislocation. Okay. I will make another tab now for the pelvis. Wait, not the pelvis. The lower limb. Right. Okay. So let us add the layers and the muscular tissue. Okay. So here, it's joined by the connective tissue and the muscle, but it's also already in the socket. So there's a lot of stability, and since there's a lot of muscle, and it's well supported, it's really hard to dislocate it. And it's very stable, but it's not that mobile. But there are some flexible people, so they may be able to move it. But this is important for stability and weight transfer. Okay, so synovial joints, as we went already at the start of the video on, they're the most common joint in our body. They are diarthrotic joints. They're freely mobile, and they have characteristics with like a rule on more mobile, less stable, and more stable, less mobile, and ball and socket joints, and some characteristics of different types of ball and socket joints. Thank you for joining me on this video, and I hope to see you in the next one soon.